Okay, so we've all heard a ton about DNA, right? It's famous. The double helix, the blueprint of life, the master architect of our very being. But today, we're going to pull back the curtain on its incredibly hardworking and honestly, super overlooked partner, RNA.
I mean, really think about that for a second. A blueprint is just a plan. It's absolutely essential for sure, but it can't hammer a nail or pour concrete all by itself. It needs a whole construction crew to read those plans and actually, build the building. So, inside every one of our cells, if DNA is the master blueprint, who's the crew?
Well, the answer is ribonucleic acid, or as we all know it, RNA. This is the molecule that takes those amazing, complex instructions locked away inside our DNA and actually turns them into the proteins that make up, well, everything about you. It is the crucial link between the plan and the reality.
But here's the thing. RNA isn't just one molecule doing one job. No way. It's a whole specialized team, a highly coordinated crew where every single member has a very specific and very important role in the whole construction of life. So let's meet the key players.
The three main players on this team are messenger RNA, ribosomal RNA, and transfer RNA. Now, while they all start from that same DNA template in the nucleus, each one heads out into the cell to do its own highly specialized job.
First up is messenger RNA, or mRNA. You can think of this one as the courier. Its job is to go into the nucleus, carefully make a copy of a section of the DNA blueprint, and then carry that message out of the safety of the nucleus to the cell's main factory floor, the cytoplasm.
And what's on that factory floor? Well, it finds ribosomes, and these are made of ribosomal RNA, or rRNA. Now, here's where it gets really cool. rRNA isn't just at the factory, it is the factory. It's the physical workbench, the actual assembly line where the proteins get put together.
Okay, so we've got the plans from mRNA and we've got the factory from rRNA. What are we missing? The building materials. And that's where transfer RNA, or tRNA, comes rolling in. These guys are like little delivery trucks, buzzing around the cytoplasm, picking up specific building blocks, we call them amino acids, and bringing them over to the rRNA factory, right on schedule.
So we've met the crew, but what are they actually made of? See, unlike DNA's famous double helix, RNA has a totally different, much more flexible design that's just perfect for its active, get-the-job-done kind of role.
Just like DNA, RNA is built from these little units called nucleotides. Each one has three parts: a sugar, in RNA's case it's ribose, a phosphate group, and then a nitrogenous base. These all link up, sugar to phosphate, to form one long single chain. It's a lot simpler than DNA's complex spiral staircase design.
And this is a huge difference. RNA uses 4 chemical bases. 3 of them are the same as DNA: adenine, guanine, and cytosine. But it swaps out thymine for a completely different base called uracil. So anywhere you'd expect to see a T in DNA, you'll find a U in RNA. And that tiny change, it's a massive signal inside the cell.
All right, we've met the crew, we've seen their structure, now it's time for the main event, a little head-to-head comparison. Let's put the master architect, DNA, side by side with the whole construction crew, RNA, to really nail down what makes them different.
So first, let's just admit there's a definite family resemblance here. They're built on really similar principles, right? Both have that sugar-phosphate backbone, they share 3 of the same bases, and they're both absolutely essential for making proteins. But it's their differences that really define their unique jobs. Let's just break down these key differences. For structure, DNA is that stable double helix, built for the long haul, while RNA is a flexible, adaptable single strand. For the sugar, DNA uses deoxyribose, RNA uses ribose. The bases, DNA has thymine, and RNA, as we said, swaps in uracil. And really the most important one is function. DNA's job is to store the genetic information safely. RNA's job is to execute that information. It really all boils down to that one key idea: storage versus execution.
So, when you put all of this together, a really clear picture starts to emerge. DNA might be the architect who drew up the plans, but RNA is the one with the hard hat and the tool belt, actually bringing the project of you to life.
This quote just sums it up perfectly. While DNA holds the master plan, RNA is the indispensable crew that builds our bodies, one protein at a time. Think about that. Every single protein that determines your eye color, digests your food, or fights off a virus is built by this tireless RNA crew. And it really is that simple. While DNA gets all the glory,
RNA is out there doing all the heavy lifting. Without that RNA crew, without the courier, the factory, the delivery trucks, the master blueprint would just sit in the nucleus, unread and useless. The genetic code would never become a living, breathing person. No RNA, no you.
So I'll leave you with this little thought to chew on. We've established RNA as the master builder, right? The act of force turning that genetic code into reality. But what happens when the builders make a mistake? What if there's a typo in the copy, or the wrong material gets delivered to the job site? Something to think about.